The issue with masturbation, the Old Testament talks about how Onan spilled his seed on the ground. The reality there is that's not so much about masturbation. That reality was he was disobeying the levirate marriage, which was when his brother died and his wife was left with no children to pass on their name, which meant that their land would be taken away and all their funds. So as a brother, he was supposed to provide a child for his brother's wife. He didn't do that. The reason is because if he did, that could then risk his own inheritance. So he was being very selfish. God killed him for that. So that is not exactly about masturbation. But again, that does not mean that the Bible as a whole or theology doesn't say anything about masturbation. This is what I say when it comes to masturbation. The deeper issue when it comes to masturbation is not the actual act, but what goes on in our mind and our heart. Jesus, the Sermon on the Mount, said, if a man looks lustfully after a woman, he has committed adultery. When it comes to masturbation, in most situations, very rarely, sometimes, you don't actually fantasize, but in most situations you do. And so lust is a problem there. So in those smaller percentages where some people they're just only doing self-gratification and they're not lusting in their mind, sometimes they think that, well, that's okay. Not true either. Because I'm going back to that passage that I showed on holy sexuality where Paul talks about the purpose of marriage. The purpose of sex. Sex is not for myself. It's for the other. Sex is not about self-gratification. Anything about self-gratification is sin. Anything. If I'm purely to please myself, that's not something that God is going to bless.